Hello students, let us continue with Unit 12, Plant Anatomy and Plant Physiology. Today we are going to see types of respiration. Under that you have aerobic and anaerobic respiration, stages of aerobic respiration and respiratory quotient. Before that, let us revise certain topics. In plants, at daytime what happens? Photosynthesis and respiration are taking place. But at night time, photosynthesis will not take place. Only respiration takes place in the plant. Okay. So in daytime, photosynthesis and respiration takes place in the plants. Whereas at night time, photosynthesis will not take place because sun is not there. Only respiration takes place. Next, let us see what happens when photosynthesis respiration takes place in the plant. So at daytime, when photosynthesis takes place, the plant will take carbon dioxide and it will give out oxygen. Whereas in the daytime, when respiration takes place, the plant will take in oxygen and it will give out carbon dioxide. Okay, what happens here in the daytime, when photosynthesis takes place, the plant will take carbon dioxide and it will give out oxygen. But when respiration takes place in the daytime, the plant will take in oxygen and it will give out carbon dioxide. Then at night time what will happen? Only respiration will happen. So during respiration the plant will take in oxygen and it will give out carbon dioxide. Okay. So I think you are clear with these topics. So what will happen in respiration of plants? So respiration in plants, the plant will take in oxygen and it will give out carbon dioxide. So while this respiration is happening in the plants, the organic matter or the food or the glucose, whatever is prepared by the plant, will be converted into energy form. So this is happening during respiration in plants. So you have two types of respiration, aerobic and anaerobic respiration. From the name itself you can find out aerobic respiration means it happens with the presence of oxygen. So here what happens? The food, that is the glucose, will be completely oxidized with the help of oxygen and it is converted into carbon dioxide, water and ATP. What is ATP? Adenosine triphosphate. That is nothing but energy. So in aerobic respiration, it happens with the presence of oxygen. In this respiration, the glucose will be completely oxidized. Will be completely oxidized means, so here oxygen also joins and it will be converted into carbon dioxide, water and ATP. ATP is nothing but the energy form. Okay. Next you have anaerobic respiration. Anaerobic respiration takes place in the absence of oxygen. Here the glucose is converted into either ethanol or lactate and it also releases carbon dioxide and energy along it. So here the glucose is converted into ethanol or lactate with carbon dioxide and energy. So these are the two types of respiration occurring in the plants. One will occur with oxygen, that is called as aerobic respiration. The one which is occurring without oxygen is called as anaerobic respiration. Let us see what are the three main stages of aerobic respiration. So the first stage in the aerobic respiration is the glycolysis. Glycolysis means splitting of glucose or breaking of glucose. So in glycolysis what happens? One molecule of glucose will split or break into two molecules of pyruvic acid. Where this glycolysis takes place? It takes place in the cytoplasm of the cell. Second stage of aerobic respiration is Krebs cycle. So the two molecules of pyruvic acid enters the second stage. Here, the pyruvic acid is completely oxidized with the help of oxygen and is converted into carbon dioxide and water. Where this process is happening is, it happens in the mitochondria matrix. This process or this Krebs cycle is also called as tricarboxylic acid cycle because it involves three carboxyl groups. That is why it is also called as tricarboxylic acid cycle. Okay, I'll repeat once again. Glycolysis is nothing but the splitting of glucose molecule into two molecules of pyruvic acid. It takes place in the cytoplasm of the cell. Next stage of aerobic respiration is Krebs cycle. Here, the pyruvic acid enters the second stage. So here the pyruvic acid is completely oxidized with the help of oxygen and is converted into carbon dioxide and water. This takes place in the mitochondria matrix. Krebs cycle is also called as TCA cycle. Third stage of aerobic respiration is ETC, that is the electron transport chain. This stage happens with the help of a system of electron carrier complex called as electron transport chain, which is located in the inner membrane of mitochondria. This ETC or electron transport chain is located or it is happening in the inner membrane of mitochondria. What happens here is NADH2, that is the nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide hydrogen. FADH2 is nothing but flavin adenine dinucleotide hydrogen. NADH2 and FADH2 are the two molecules which are produced from the first two stages of aerobic respiration. The first two stages, that is the glycolysis and the Krebs cycle. In those two stages, these two molecules are produced. Okay. So, NADH2 and FADH2, which is produced in the glycolysis and Krebs cycle, enters the third stage, that is the ETC, electron transport chain stage. What happens here? These two molecules are completely oxidized with the help of oxygen and it is converted into NAD plus and FAD plus. As they are oxidized to NAD plus and FAD plus, energy is released through electrons. This energy is trapped and it is combined with ADP. What is ADP? Adenosine diphosphate. When energy combines with ADP, it synthesizes ATP, adenosine triphosphate, or the energy. I will repeat once again. The NADH2 and FADH2, which is produced in the first two stages of aerobic respiration, that is glycolysis and Krebs cycle. These enter into the third stage of aerobic respiration and they are completely oxidized with the help of oxygen and they are converted into NAD plus and FAD plus and they also release energy. This energy is trapped and combined with ADP, adenosine diphosphate, to synthesize ATP, adenosine triphosphate. This process is also called as oxidative phosphorylation. Why it is called as oxidative phosphorylation? Because at the end of this process, the energy, that is the ATP, is synthesized. When ATP is synthesized with the help of electrons, it is called as oxidative phosphorylation. Oxidative phosphorylation means electrons are transferred from NADH2 and FADH2 to oxygen and at the final stage ATP, that is the energy, is synthesized. That is why this process is called as oxidative phosphorylation. These are the three stages of aerobic respiration. Finally, you have respiratory quotient. This is the last topic in this lesson. What is respiratory quotient? That is the ratio of the volume of carbon dioxide liberated by the volume of oxygen consumed during respiration is the respiratory quotient. So the respiratory quotient RQ is also can also be written as volume of carbon dioxide liberated by volume of oxygen consumed. So using this formula, you can find out the respiratory quotient during respiration. So with this, unit 12 is over. Thank you.